Israel has killed over 35,000 people in Gaza, including women and children. But why is Israel carrying out such extreme violence in this specific region of Palestine? To understand this, we have to go back to Jewish religious beliefs. In the Jewish holy book, the Torah, there is a significant story about the prophet, Yaqob alayhi salam, who is also referred to as Israel. According to their tradition, Yaqob once traveled through the land of Palestine. One night he rested his head on a stone and fell asleep. In his dream, he saw a ladder reaching from the earth to the heavens, with angels ascending and descending rapidly. When Yaqob awoke, he declared that this was the house of God, the gateway to heaven. This dream is deeply significant to Jewish belief, and for this reason, they consider that region of Palestine to be sacred. They believe it's their divine right to control. And this is one reason they're willing to go to any extent to take over the land. Over the centuries, many events unfolded in this region. Today, the land is divided. Israel controls most of it, while the remaining Palestinian areas are split into two, the West Bank and Gaza Strip. These two regions are not connected by any road or direct land link and are governed separately. The West Bank is under the Palestinian Authority, PLO, which is seen as more secular, while Gaza is ruled by Hamas, considered much more strict and militant. The conflict over Palestine has been ongoing for the past 75 years. For decades, Muslim countries refused to recognize Israel until the Palestinians were given their rights. But things started to shift during Donald Trump's presidency. The U.S. initiated the Abraham Accords, an effort to normalize relations between Israel and Muslim countries based on the shared reverence for Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. As a result, several Arab nations, including the UAE, Bahrain, Morocco, and Oman, normalized ties with Israel. In exchange, the U.S. offered these countries economic aid or political favors, such as removing Sudan from the terrorism list or recognizing Morocco's disputed territories. Slowly, pressure mounted on countries like Pakistan, Indonesia, and Bangladesh to follow suit. Even Saudi Arabia was close to recognize Israel, with Crown Prince MBS stating that Iran posed a greater threat than Israel. While all this was happening, Israel continued its settlement expansions inside Palestinian territories, strategically relocating Jewish populations to Palestinian areas, despite repeated UN resolutions declaring these actions illegal. The world, however, did nothing to stop it. It seemed as though Israel's 75-year plan was finally working until October 7th. On that day, Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel. Their fighters infiltrated Israeli territory, killed over 100 people, and briefly took control of about 24 kilometers of land. They also captured around 125 hostages and brought them back to Gaza. The world immediately labeled it a terrorist attack, especially after claims that women and children were harmed, although Hamas later admitted that some mistakes were made by their fighters. In response, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed unprecedented retaliation. Israel cut off Gaza's food, water, and electricity, quickly reclaimed the lost territory, and then began an all-out assault on Gaza. Their defense minister even stated that they were fighting animals, not humans, and gave soldiers a free hand to act however they wanted. With full support from the US and silence from the Arab world, Israel intensified its airstrikes, even targeting hospitals. The Israeli military, IDF, is considered one of the most powerful in the world, and Israel is believed to possess around 88 nuclear weapons. Their intelligence agency, Mossad, is among the most feared globally. But here's a question. If Mossad is so advanced, how did they not detect Hamas's massive operation? Some believe there could be a conspiracy. Either Hamas was infiltrated or manipulated, or their actions unknowingly played into Israel's hands, knowing the brutal retaliation that would follow. Israel's military strategy involved disconnecting Gaza's main cities, Gaza City, Khan Yunis, and Rafah, and carrying out widespread destruction. Despite repeated UN Security Council resolutions condemning the attacks, the US used its veto power to block them every time. While Israel received support from the US and European countries, Arab nations who once fought wars against Israel stood silently this time. But the global Muslim population didn't stay quiet. Massive protests erupted worldwide. According to Yaqob, only 14% of global demonstrations were in support of Israel, while 86% were in favor of Palestine. Muslims also began boycotting companies that supported Israel, such as Coca-Cola, McDonald's, KFC, Pepsi, and Nestle. With 57 Muslim countries and 2 billion Muslims worldwide, a boycott of this scale should have crippled these brands. But in reality, it only caused temporary losses. Share prices dipped slightly before recovering. Why? Either the boycott wasn't taken seriously enough, or it revealed the limited influence of the Muslim world. Amid all this, only one country openly challenged Israel: Iran. After Israel bombed the Iranian consulate in Damascus, Iran retaliated directly. But this raises another question. If Israel is already winning this war, why would it provoke Iran? Two possible reasons. 1. Israel wants to drag Iran into this war and weaken its government, isolating it further. 2. Strategically, Israel relies on 3 major ports for trade. One of these ports, crucial for Asian trade, was targeted by Yemen, backed by Iran. This reduced traffic through the port by 85%, forcing ships to detour around Africa, hurting Israel's economy. With support from Iran, Hezbollah in Lebanon also kept Israel on high alert from the north. When Netanyahu was asked who poses the greatest threat to Israel, he replied, Iran, Iran, Iran. Now, while most Muslim countries move toward recognizing Israel, Iran stands alone in opposition. But is Iran truly alone, or are the people of the Muslim world silently standing behind it?